lordy, lordy, lordy. All right, I'm live again, okay? Oops. Well, that's not good. I'm live, but I dropped it. See if this guy makes it out. All right, I'm gonna rotate it back. Well, maybe this way. There we go. All right. Drop the phone. All right, okay. Now, I'm on the UK side. I'm on the UK side on this one. Okay, well, I'm back home, Brian. I made the rescue. Let me, just bear with me being on the UK side. Maybe it's the phones. I don't know. I was on my iPhone 8 a while ago. Maybe it was right. You have to bear with me here. I'm trying to do a couple things at the same time. But I'm using the front-facing, not the regular camera. I'm using the front face, you know, the one if you're doing a selfie. That's what I'm using. So let me I better get buckled up. Even though I'm here late at night, I better buckle up. But I made the rescue. The guy was really thankful. What about the last stream? I don't know what you mean, what about the last stream? Okay, I'm using a different phone. I've got two different phones with me. The last one was done on my iPhone 8, and this one's on my iPhone X. I thought I would use it. I got a little handheld thing I got with it. That's the reason I both front facing. Yeah, both of them were using. Like I said, I can turn it around. Now there's my front. There's the regular camera. You know, facing out toward the road. I can turn it to that, and that orientation is probably right. Everything I've seen, that's probably right. But if I turn it around to the it could have. I don't know. They were both up to date. They're both up to date. And I've used this phone before. And it was right. But I've been noticing a lot of YouTube live streams are backwards like this. I know JC Smith and I chat a good bit, and I see JC's, and when he uses his, it does it. Let me flip it back to me again. Let me go back. All right. So I'm on the left side. I'm on the English side of the truck, I guess, right now. That's what it's going to look like. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Now, I've got a Note 8 that did it right the other day. I've got multiple phones, but I got a Note 8, and its orientation's right. And I've got a Google phone too. I hadn't tried it, but that's one I get a lot of calls on. So I'm all, you know, I keep it open and everything. So that's where I'm at with that. But right now, like I said, I'm probably look like I'm on the right side of my truck if the orientation's wrong. But I was glad to be able to make that rescue and everything. Brian, what part of the United States are you from? Or are you in the United States? I guess you are. What part are you from, Brian? Kind of, since you and I are probably the only ones that. Oh yeah, he was extremely happy. Extremely happy. He thanked me several times. He said, "You just don't know how much it was to get me out there," and you know, I don't know what the issue was with his truck, but evidently he needs to watch it going back. He's got to go all the way back to Asheville. He's got to get into Charlotte. He was about, we're about 37 miles west of Charlotte. That's where he broke down. He was on the highway US 74. If you go put it on Google Maps, he was near Kings Mountain, North Carolina. That's where he broke down. He was on US 74 right before you get into Kings Mountain, and about probably 4 miles before you get over to I-85. If you want to, oh, you're familiar with 74? Oh, okay. Now, where'd you say you were from, Brian? What part of the United States are you from? I was curious to see. If you're familiar with US 74, you know the area. You must be fairly close by, or in an adjoining state. Tennessee. Oh, you're in Colorado now, but you used to live in Tennessee. What part of Tennessee? I got family up in Tennessee. I've got my mother grew up in Tennessee. She grew up near Newport, Tennessee. My mother grew up there close to where Dolly Parton's from. Oh, you were in the Bristol area? Bristol with a little bit of time in Knoxville. Well, yeah, you're in that same general area that my mother grew up in. Like I said, you ought to know where Newport is if you grew up in that area. In other words, Newport, you know, you'd hang a left back when 81 and 40 run together down there. You'd cut back left and go down toward, yeah, Cotton County. Yeah, that's where my mother, she grew up. She was born in Cotton County, Tennessee. That's where she was from. Unfortunately, we had mother's funeral a couple of months ago. She passed away back in February, and then, yeah, that's Cotton County, Tennessee was on her obituary. That's what, she was born in a little town called Del Rio, Tennessee. Yeah. Well, mother would have been 90 years old in April 30th. She lived a good, long life. Developed Alzheimer's, I guess, last 4 or 5 years of her life, and she, you know, it's one of those things. We're all going to go through it of some description, but she lived a good life, and we had to put her in a rest home the last couple of years of her life. We couldn't take care of her. She had 4 boys. There's 4. I have 3 brothers, and we didn't really want to put her. Well, my youngest brother, actually, she lived with my youngest brother, who works for me. He's one of my drivers and sort of my right-hand man. He kept her probably for the last 10 years. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to lose your parents and grandparents. I've lost all my parents and all my grandparents so far. The only relative we have, my mother-in-law, is still alive, and she'll be 90. She'll be 90 in November. She's been a tough old girl, I'll tell you that. She's had hip operations and knee operations and everything else, but her mind is still good. She still drives, believe it or not. We don't let her drive too far. My daughter takes her around pretty good bit, but you know, I'm going through this bad area again. If I lose you, whoops. Yep, I'm losing him right now. Yep, I'm in that dead area. I don't know if it'll kick me back in. Yep, I'm in it. Okay, did I come back on? I think I'm back on. Not certain. It's not saying reconnected now, so I hope, am I back on, Brian? Back on, okay, good. All right, well, that's good. Well, what do you do out in Colorado? What kind of work do you do out there? Kind of watching myself here. Work on computers, okay. IT work, okay. Well, my son's an electrical engineer. We used to do a lot with computers. I like computers myself. Yeah, back in the day we used to build computers when that was feasible. Now, it's no longer feasible now unless you're just building gaming computers or something like that. But yeah, we started. Yeah, my son graduated from NC State in, let's see, 1995. Yeah, well, that's good. Yep, that's good if you can do that. Yeah, my son went to NC State and got his degree in electrical engineer, and he got computer engineer and electrical engineer. He got a double major. I'm real proud of him. He's been working for a company. He works for a company called ABB, which used to be a division. Well, they bought out Baldor. If you know your electric motors and everything else, they bought out Baldor, and that's what he does. He designs electric motors, anywhere from well, his motors are usually pretty good sized motors. He does a lot for mining and oil well stuff. Oh, okay. ABB is a client of yours. Okay. Well, yeah, ABB is out of Sweden, I think it is. It's where the mother company is. But yeah, they let me get things straightened out here if I can. Yeah, he's been with them about 25 years now. Yeah, I'm real proud of him. He's done well for himself. He's sort of over DC engineering. I think he is over DC engineering. I don't know his title, but they've got you know, two good sized plant. Yeah, he's done well. Like I said, I'm real proud of my son. That's one reason he's going to stay in that field. I'm not going. I don't want him taking over the trucking business. The trucking business is, because you see what I'm doing tonight. It is what it is. It's a lot of headache in itself. So you have to be cognizant of these kind of situations whereas you're gonna get out and have to do rescues. And I've actually got another truck of mine that's out. We rescued a load down in Savannah, but my truck that I'm bringing in has actually got an issue, and I need to get it back up to Charlotte and everything. He's bringing some empties out of Savannah. We rescued a load that was, I'm on a real bumpy road right now, so if I say this little cut through road going back to my house, it's real bumpy. I didn't see that. I saw a comment there, but I didn't get to read it. Hold on, let me see if I can run that comment back. Whoops, nope, I did it backwards again. Hold on a second. This iPhone 10. Well, crap. What have I done? I'm gonna stop the truck here a second because I've done something to my phone here. Let me see what I've got going on here. Well, crap. Am I back on? Whoops, I've turned the phone around. Let me turn it back around. There I am, back around. Whoops, no, I'm not on the camera right either. Hold on, am I on line? Dadgummit. What have I done? Hey, I'm live. Okay, it says you're live. I'm sorry. What it was, I hit that button trying to see that last comment of yours, and I evidently froze my phone there. I kicked it in doing something else. It's better now. Okay, good. I'm trying try to be entertaining out here at the middle of the night. Yeah. I'll have to apologize ahead here. I'm on a real bumpy road, and I'm in a dually, and it is making my head bobble. So when I'm trying to read your comments, until I get out here on 279, I probably don't have eye focus enough to be able to read the comment. So I'll just chat with you. Oh Lordy. Yep. If you watch J.C. Smith is an entertaining person. He's a real talented young man. He's about the same age as my son, and I like J.C.'s stuff. He's very talented to be able to do what he does with all those trucks and everything, and he's a whiz with that great all of his. He gets those forks and extends them out and picks up trucks and puts them over top of other trucks, and I keep thinking, man, you know, he's brave. Some of that stuff I don't know if I would attempt myself, because I'd be in England, yeah, they're the left side of the road, not the right side. Yeah, they sit in the right side of the vehicle though. But yeah, they drive on the left side of the road. I had a friend that from England that came over. We were at a conference this years ago when I was doing software and everything. We were in Salt Lake City. My son and I had a graphics company, and we were in Salt Lake City going to this conference, and I went out with a guy from England, and I was driving. And he couldn't stand it, because there he was on the right side of the vehicle with no steering wheel, and I was driving on the right side of the road, and every time I went by things, he said, "Oh God, this gets me so nervous." I mean, it was just driving him crazy. He couldn't stand to see the way we were driving in the United States. But I would imagine I would be the same way. I'd be the same way in England. And you know, so, but you know, Germany though is not that way. Germany is theirs is they drive on the right side of the road just like we do. And that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Well, now I'm back down here at my shop. I'll turn it around here, show you some of my trucks. There's some of my trucks right there. And then over here, that's the one sitting beside the shop. And then of course, over here is some of my service trucks, and some more trucks over there, and another truck's across the field there. So I'm headed down to, we'll see if we see any deer. I saw a couple of deer. Let's see if we see any deer in the headlights going down my road. See all my pine trees there. Yep, there's a deer right there. Let me show you that. See if you can see that deer. See that deer? I don't know if you see that deer or not. No. You see a little bit of it. Yeah, my shops are on the same property where I live. I live on the backs. We got about a 100-acre farm down here. Well, not anymore. We sold part of it. But anyway, about probably 50 or 60 acres of a family farm. And I live on the back side of the family farm. And that's what you're seeing. I'm going down the road here. And my shops are at the top. Of course, now I bought that Ford dealership building, and I'm going to be moving most of my stuff over there, because we're going to put our Napa store and we got a big shop over there. We got 7 acres of land, and I'm going to change these buildings. I'm going to start a storage building business, and I've got a couple friends that are in that, and they're doing real well with it, and we're going to I got 15 acres of land up here that I have where my shop is, and then here I am back home, and then I've got 7 acres of land over where the Ford dealership is. So that's what we got. Well, I'm back home, and I'm gonna go try to get a few Z's. Since, what time is it for me right now? About 2:30, 2:11. I'm gonna try to hit the sack for a few hours because I've got to make some adjustments in the morning. But I'll see you out here and everything, and I've enjoyed chatting with you tonight. And you take care. Come in and chat with me anytime, and I'll try to chat back with you and tell you what's going on here. And I'll see you again.